Hello crochet friends and welcome back. We're working on our bandana. Last time we ended with working on our edging on our crab stitch. So how did you do with that? Did you finish that up okay? I think it's so pretty. I really like it a lot. It had such an interesting edge to it and I think it looks clean and sharp. I really like it a lot. So we are, I'm going to twist my work here a little bit. We're going to work on our ties. So let's get started with our ties. So right where we ended with that last crab stitch, right? That's where we're going to start. We haven't fastened anything off here and we're going to chain. So we want to chain, I'm going to chain 56. I think that's going to be a suitable amount. If you would like it longer or shorter, you may adjust it to whatever you would like. So we're going to start with chaining. We're going to yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to go all the way to 56. All right, here we go. And 56. There it is. Okay, it's pretty long, right? It's great. All right, so now what we want to do is when we're working the chain, remember we have to try to keep it as still as we can, right? We don't want to twist it or anything, so let's try not to twist at all, but we want to go into our second chain from our hook. So here's our hook, that's 1. We're going to go into this one, and we're going to enter, yarn over and pull through again for a slip stitch. And we're going to slip stitch in each chain space just like this, oh goodness, not like that, all the way back up. Dropped that, didn't I? Ooh, all the way back up to where we began. So we enter, we yarn over and pull, we pull through, and then we pull through again for a slip stitch. Enter, yarn over and pull through again for a slip stitch. Enter, yarn over and pull through again for a slip stitch. So we're going to do this all the way until we get back to that very beginning. And because we entered the second chain from the hook, we will have 55 slip stitch if you're counting along. All right, so keep going with these until you get to the end of your tie. Here we go. Okay, when you get to your last one, we're going to slip stitch and then we're going to go right back into our main work here. So I'm going to go into that last space there. That was our chain, and I'm going to give it a slip stitch right there. That's just to secure us back onto the main work there. Nice little slip stitch. So that was where we did our last crab stitch there. See right there, that was the chain space that was in between the cluster there. So I just went right in there and I gave it a slip stitch. And now I'm going to turn my work here a little bit. Now we're looking at the main portion. So we've got this nice tie all done, all slip stitched back all the way up. We slip stitched to the main body just to attach ourselves so that this sits properly, okay? And now, excuse me, now we're looking at our work, and this is the part that would go kind of near your forehead, the front of your head, right? Because we have our triangle here. So we want to just go across this with single crochets just to make it nice and neat. We're going to single crochet across, and then we will start working on our slip stitches over here. And that way, having the single crochet here, it will show a little bit of definition in the part that this is the remainder that goes on the back of your head, okay? So what we want to do is we don't have regular stitches, which is another reason why I think the crab stitch wouldn't do so well along here. We want to try and make single crochets all the way across. So there is one. I'm going to go into this next space and I'm going to make a single crochet. So single crochets, and what we're doing is we're trying to space them. All right, so we want to space these out so they look like they're in the same have the same distance. And I'm going to stop after I do a few here, and I'm going to take a look at it. And I'm going to see how it looks, because they're not real stitches, are they? Okay, so I'm going to pull this up. I've done a little bit here, and now we know that this is going to be our strap. And that looks pretty good. They are about the same length on each of those stitches. So I'm going to continue across in that same pattern of just single crocheting along this edge here. Oh, that one seemed a little far. Here we go. I'm going to go right in here. And I'm going to single crochet all the way across just to make this look nice and neat and finished. Now, if you liked it the way it was, which is perfectly fine, this is your work of art, you're going to do what you want to do, okay? If you liked it that way, you could have just fastened off when we did that slip stitch there, when we joined at the very end to the main part of the bandana here, the body of it. You could just fasten off there. You could leave this just as it is because it is pretty. It's kind of got a little wave to it. If you like that, that's not a problem. And then just reattach at the other end and do your other tie. Yes, so you know, you don't always have to do a pattern exactly the way it says. If you like it that way, you do it your way. All right, so this is what I've got going on right now, and I am just placing all these single crochets as evenly as I can, going across here. Looks like I need a little more yarn to try and just to make this look a little bit uniform for me. That's all. So I'm going to keep going with this, and when I get to this middle piece here, and I've got that tie, I'm going to try and incorporate that a little bit so that I won't have to tuck it in later on. So that was my thought there. Trying to be all crafty. Any tails that you don't have to tuck in is always so nice, right? Whew, sometimes I feel like some projects, there's so many tails, I might never get the tail part done. But I'm going to try and carry that along a little bit here with me. And I'm going to keep going with these single crochets until I get to the other end. And I can, we'll start working on the tie together. So keep going with your single crochets. I'll see you at the end. Here we go. Okay, I am right at the very end here. This was the first crab stitch right here. And I'm going to kind of put one more single crochet in here, I think. I'll just see how this looks, because I want to look at the other one. I want them to kind of match. See how that one is. It's coming right off that way. I think this is a good spot. So I think this is where I'm going to end. Okay. So my single crochets are done. How did you do? Does it look okay? Are they kind of evenly spaced? I know it was hard. It's hard. And sometimes you start and you take them out. We've done that before with other projects on here. I know, and it's tricky, but it's just take your time and do the very best you can, okay? So we are at the other side. So now we want to chain, because we're going to chain 56 to make our other tie. So yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, go all the way to 56. Here we go. Okay, that is 56 for me. All right, so we have this nice chain, and we're going to try to keep it flat and as straight as possible so that we're working in the same side the whole time, right? We want to go in the second chain from the hook. So here we are with 1. We're going to go into the second one. And we're going to do a slip stitch, so we're going to yarn over and pull through again for a slip stitch. And we're going to follow that just like we did with the other tie, slip stitching all the way back up to the other end. There will be 55 of them because we started in the second chain from the hook, right? And we had chained 56. All right, so we're just go along, taking our time, making them as neat as we can. How is this going? Is everybody okay? I feel like it's kind of, it's a lot of work. It definitely takes time. So please don't think, oh, I can whip this up in no time. This will take a little time. You know, that's a lot of stitches, 55 stitches. So don't feel like, you know, you're going slow or something. You're not. This is time. But we want to make it nice and neat. So we want to take that time, right? We want to make everything smooth. This is looking good. So take your time. Don't rush. If you don't like how it looks, you can take it out, start again, right? Not a problem. I know that you can do this. Little curly, I'm sorry, getting in the picture there, that little curly Q. Oh, so cute. Okay, all little slip stitches all the way up. Okay, so keep going until you have 55. Just take your time, relax with your stitches, and enjoy it. Enjoy the process, all right? Here we go. Okay, this is my last one. Here I am, and I am going to go kind of twisted here, but I'm going to go backwards here and give this the slip stitch into the body, just like we did with the other one, okay? I don't want to slip stitch into that crab stitch. I think that that wouldn't look as nice, okay? So I'm going to go right there, and I'm going to cut this off. Alrighty. Okay, and I'm going to give this a little knot here, and I can tuck that in later on. There we go. Alright, so we will have this tail to tuck in, okay, at the end of our little strap there. Oh boy, okay, so I did tuck this one in as I went along with the single crochets. If you did, give that a snip. You're done with that one. You just have this one to tuck in. Not a problem. But this is it. Our bandana is done, y'all. I'm so excited. Now, I did not make really, really long little ties on this because when I tried it on, when it was just the triangle, and I felt like these would be the right length for me. So, like I said, you can adjust those longer, shorter. If you're making it for a little person, you might not want them to be this long. This might be way too much. I mean, that's up to you. But this is 56 that we did. I mean, you could go even 86. It would be a lot longer. But choices, like I said, that's always a choice when you make ties and things like that. That depends on who you're making your project for, okay? So you do whatever you would like with that. But I think this came out so pretty. These colors are fantastic. I love them. I think it's so fun. It brings me joy. It really does. I think this is happy and cheery, and I'm really loving it. So I hope you enjoyed this project. Give us a like and subscribe if you'd like to see other projects as they come out. And we would love to have you here joining us, making them. So finish up if you're not done already and tuck in everything and just have a good time with this, okay? I'll see you next time. Thank you and have a joyful day.